And up next, we got the first fight between ranked fighters on this card, Matheus Nicolau and Asu Almabayev. And just before we get into this breakdown, put a comment down below. Do you agree with my prediction so far? Do you disagree? And put a like on the video. Let's try to get to as many likes as possible, man. Anyone that could hit that like button, help me out. I would really appreciate it. So put a like on the video, put a comment down below, and let's get into this matchup here. But Matheus Nicolau versus Asu Almabayev, two fighters kind of going in opposite directions. Nicolau, super veteran at this stage, probably one of the only flyweights left in the UFC that could say they were in the UFC in 2015. And he isn't even that old. He's only 31, so he has a lot of tread on the tires. He's got knocked out in his last two fights, but he still has the physical capability to bounce back if he can. And prior to those knockout losses, he had won 4 fights in a row, and this is kind of a make-or-break fight for him, though, because he is a high-level fighter, but he struggled at the very, very top. So if he loses to Almabayev, he's kind of fresh in the UFC, signed in 2023, only 3-0. It could be, a pretty difficult loss for Nicolau, especially with it being his third fight in a row that he's lost. And I feel like this is a difficult fight to parse here, a pass in my opinion from a betting perspective. If anything, I would say Nicolau as the dog is the side, but I just don't have a lot of interest in him. Both these guys are extremely low volume on the feet. Nicolau may be slightly better with the stand-up, but he really is very conservative. He works the jab to the body, the leg kicks. He'll throw that lead hook. That's probably his best punch. Some counters, but just not active. And Almabayev throws very little on the feet outside of kicks. Really relies on wrestling, and his hands are wild. Nicolau isn't really someone who's going to pressure, I don't think, or be super active. So it's going to be low volume, and it's going to be close on the feet probably. Almabayev is a bit wild sometimes, but that could be beneficial for him in this fight if it's not that much action. And I think Almabayev is going to be able to hit a single leg or two, or at least control Nicolau gets the cage. Nicolau has only been taken down one time in his UFC career, but Tim Elliott did control him against the fence for some portions of their fight. I really could see this fight going either way, but I mean, I'm going to say Almabayev wins a decision here. I think he needs to trust his striking a little bit. If he's way too one-track minded and just feels the wrestling, it could look bad on the judges' scorecards and he could take a loss. But I just feel like he's going to be the more active guy. I think he will have faith, throw some kicks, let his hands go a little bit, and open up the wrestling and just do a little bit more and get this victory. So Asu Almabayev is going to be the prediction for me.